Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a world of pets. We're hosted by our engineer, Emily Golmer, and she hosts a channel on YouTube as well called World of Ability. Tonight, we're going to be joined by Sheryl Green, and I'll give her intro tonight. But first, we're going to get to our sponsor, debspets.com. That's DEBSPETS.com, where we found a wonderful way to help not only animal uh, immunity, but also for humans as well. So go to debspets.com. Let's welcome in Cheryl Green.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
No, it's my pleasure. Trust me. Your bio, I love this. You're a dog mom. You're a plant enthusiast. We're gonna have to talk about that too. Retired animal. Is that rescuing? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Wait, that's. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Retired animal rescuing badass. See, Debbie, I said it. I said it on this channel. And she firmly believes in the power of animals, and everything looks better with animal fur on it. And I totally agree with you. So tell me about yourself. What are you up to with your pets right now?
Well, they're passed out, thankfully. We just got two new dogs about 2.5 weeks ago, and the rescue thought they might be like 3, 4 years old. That is not true. They're probably about a year and a half. So they are in full puppy energy. And they got spayed a week ago from Friday. And last Wednesday, one of them busted her stitches and had to have staples put in. So we are giving them trazodone 3 times a day, and they are looking at it like, yum, that's delicious. I'm going to go play now. So this moment of peace is just we just all need to soak it in.
It's artificial, is what you're
It
telling
is.
me.
It is. They're napping, and I just can't wait. Her staples come out on Friday, and then they're getting groomed, and they're just then they can be puppies, and I don't have to yell at them for the tumbleweed of wrestling that goes through the house because they're bonded and they love each other and they play all the time.
And that's so wonderful. I love that. So let's go back to talk to me about your animal rescuing.
Yeah, so in 2008, I moved out to Las Vegas after a really terrible divorce and went through the expected depression, what you would think. And my stepmom came home one day. I was living with her and my dad, and found me on the bathroom floor, just curled up, hysterical, crying. And she lifted me up and she said, "This isn't you, and you need to go help somebody else." And it was amazing advice. I had my girl Akasha at the time; she was a Beagle Lab mix, and I was like, you know what? Let's go out. Let's get you some fresh air, because she was starting to mold from all of the tears that I was like crying onto her. I was like, let's dry you out. Um, and we went to an event, just one of the big, like, Petapalooza events out here. And I ran into this rescue that they were, again, this is 2008. So this is the height of the housing crash, the market crash. And it was called Foreclosed Upon Pets. And they explained that realtors and bank personnel were going into houses and finding that people had left their animals behind when the house got foreclosed on, and just threw down a bag of food and took off. So this rescue was protecting those animals. And it hit me so hard because Akasha had just been this like beacon of safety and support during my divorce. And I, went through the bankruptcy and all of that. So I started working with them. I started volunteering, and I put together a what do you call it? A yard sale. It was a pretty new rescue, and we raised about $1,500 for the rescue. And it was this really cool experience because my friend group doubled from, 1 to 2. And I knew I met people that were like-minded and that were super, super amazing people. And I found that I had these skills that I didn't know I had, and I got purpose. And
Yeah.
after, going through the divorce, it was good to feel that that I was needed. So that kind of started my rescue journey. And I worked with a bunch of organizations over the years. And then a good friend that I'd met through rescue, her service dog had cancer. And when he passed, I said, I want to do something to honor him. If I were going to donate money, who would it be to? And she told me, my friend just started this new rescue. So you could give it to them. And I called the founder and I said, hey, I'm going to put on an event for you. I said, you can be as involved as you want, or I can just hand you a check at the end of it. I said, but I want to support you. And she ended up getting involved, and we put on an event. We raised $5,000 for this brand new rescue. Yeah, that was really cool. And I got press coverage for it. Like I had 2 different news stations there. So the rescue got all of this attention and everything, and raised money. We got dogs adopted at that event. It was super cool. And I served on their board. I volunteered. I worked part-time, and eventually I worked full-time for the rescue over the next 10 years.
Well, I think that's where the word badass comes in, because that's awesome.
It does. It's kudos to anybody watching who is doing rescue. And if you know a rescuer,
Yes.
buy them a cup of coffee. They're tired.
Yes.
They're they're very tired. So help them out.
Yeah. So we got one coming on next week. I'm excited about too. So I love talking to animal rescue people. Just because it takes a special person to take on odd dogs, honestly, and dogs that are rejected from families, which I don't even understand at all. But so tell me, like through that process, even when you were, say working full time and on the board, what was your most special experience?
Her name was Gemma. And she's actually the story I tell. I teach storytelling workshops, and she's the story I tell. She was a little mini dachshund mix that was dumped in the night drop at the Animal Foundation, which is our open shelter here. And the night drop is where they put animals that have passed. And they found her in the morning. The shelter staff found her, brought her in to see a vet, and they found out that her back legs were paralyzed. So she was able to move her front legs, no problem, but back legs she was dragging behind. And the vet took one look at her and said, we have so many healthy, fully adoptable dogs in the shelter. Like, this dog's never going to make it into a home. And they were about to euthanize her when one of our volunteers was in the shelter, and she happened to walk by and saw this little dog and busted into the room, which they don't love that you do that. But she ran into the room and she was like, we're taking her. I'll take her to the rescue. We got her. And she came to us. One of our board members is in a wheelchair, and she's a quadriplegic. So her house was completely set up for disabilities. So, and she has the whole thing. So Gemma went to live with her as a foster mom. and we got her a wheelchair so she could run with her front legs and wheel her back legs behind her. And she got every kind of treatment you can imagine. I mean, she got Western medicine, Eastern medicine, Reiki, and a lot of love. We were just like professional aunties, surrounding her.
Yeah.
Um, and she was there for a couple of weeks, and the board member's mom called the dogs into the kitchen for dinner, and Gemma jumped off the couch and ran into the kitchen. And
Them apples.
she got adopted a few weeks later by this amazing man. He still gives us updates. He still gives me updates. And she's got this amazing life. She's got a pool, so she's like a little swimmer dog now. And it was just, I mean, from dumped in a night drop, who got rid of her, I don't know, but to just this amazing life because we were able to give her that second chance.
Yeah. I can totally relate. I'd go through my dog's life stories, but we're here to talk about you because I had a similar experience with my dachshund that just passed, and he made it 16 years. He was paralyzed like 4 times. I had to put him in a wheelchair. One after he got run over by a forklift, he was only in the wheelchair for like 2 months, and he was back running around.
Oh wow! Hopefully
So,
not in your forklifts.
no. No, no. So cool. So that's a wonderful story. So then you go into you get the dogs that adopted and the wonderful families and all that. So where have you gone from there?
So, and this is a message for anybody in rescue as well. I burned out. I burned out really badly. Rescue's hard when you don't have the tools in place to say, this is boundaries. This is as much as I can do and I can't do anymore. It will eat you alive. And about 3 years ago now, I had that experience, and I stepped away from the rescue for a month to kind of have a mental health period because I was suicidal, and I just could not handle it anymore. And I ended up not going back to the rescue. Like, that was the boundary that I had to set was, I can support financially, I can support from afar, but I can't be on that front line.
Sure.
And I actually now I teach healthy boundaries. So
Oh, well, it's fantastic. Well, tell me about that because my sister and I have learned over the years that we've had to do that amongst our family and friends as well. So let's talk about that.
yeah, I took that month off and I cleared my plate of all non-essential items. If it was not an absolutely have to do, I didn't do it. And about 6 months later, I found out that my plate was full again. And all of those responsibilities seem to have brought friends with them. And I was like, looking around, and I kind of liken it to when you clean out your closet or your cupboard, but you don't set up a system for the future, then 2 months later, 2 weeks later, whatever it is, it's full again. And that happened to my schedule. And I was like, what is going on right now? And I realized that I didn't have any boundaries. I had never learned how to set them. It wasn't talked about in my family. It wasn't taught. It wasn't really accepted. So I kind of went on this journey, and I figured, I can't be the only one who has this problem. And every time I tell this story, everybody's like, no, me too, me too. So I learned through writing. I learned through reading, and that's just my process. So I wrote it's my 6th book, and it's called You Had Me at No: How Setting Healthy Boundaries Helps Banish Burnout, Repair Relationships, and Save Your Sanity. And I just went on this journey of learning everything I could about boundaries and reading and talking to coaches and talking to therapists. And it all got put into the book. And now I get to speak on it, and I get to coach about it, and I get to help prevent organizations, help prevent nonprofits from losing good people. Because the burnout is a severe epidemic right now.
Hmm.
It is just so bad in the for-profit space, but especially in nonprofit, the rates are even higher. And these are good, caring people that are amazing at their jobs and that they just don't know when to say enough is enough and I need a break. I need to shut down for the night. Like they can't do that. So they kind of pass a point of no return. And I want to get to people before they get there.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I've had to learn to do that. I actually got laid off in August, and so I've had a detachment from, an actual 9 to 5 and all that stuff. And so when I encounter people, I've had enough time to think about it and build my boundaries up. So when people get like blah 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 blah, I'm like, nope, and I'll have the ability to formulate the sentences to tell them in a nice way,
Yeah.
you know, that yeah, no, no,
Yeah.
that's it. Just to, and that's been very nice in my life, to be honest with you, as a recovering rock star. So, but see, that's so wonderful. That's amazing. Uh, ha, so when you say you're writing, are you writing a book?
So the book is done. It's that one. That I can never do this on camera. It's the small black one with the no on it. So yeah, that's been out since August 2 years ago, I think. And
Okay.
then I did a coloring book to go along with it because who doesn't like to color? Um, and yeah, I use it as the basis for my workshops and my coaching, and it's really like heartwarming to hear the people that have read it or have seen me speak that are putting it into action and the changes. And you can speak to that, like how different your life is once you are able to say no and to really stand up and speak up for yourself.
Yeah, that's totally realistic. And I had a question slipping through my brain, but real quick, give because we're not even close to done now that we're on this subject. But give people an idea of where they can contact you and find that book while I regroup my thoughts because you just blew my mind.
Got it. So my home base is SherylGreenSpeaks.com. That's Cheryl with an S. There are links to the book and the coloring book on there, but they are on Amazon. You can find them on there. And yeah, I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram. If you want to see, it really is mostly dog and plant pictures. I'm supposed to be using it for my business, but I'm like, oh, their dogs are just so cute. So, uh, so it's kind of devolved into dogs and plants.
All right. Well, so we'll go on to that other part, the plants.
Yeah,
So, what do you like to grow?
I don't have a problem at all. Not at all. Um, I am obsessed with pothos. I have Dieffenbachia everywhere in my house. We have snake plants everywhere. I can't figure out how to keep anything alive outside, but in the home, like we are up to 150 houseplants.
Whoa, that's a lot.
Yeah. I came to my husband and I got married uh, two years ago, and I came to the relationship with 90 plants. He came to the relationship with 8 plants and an addictive personality. So it has multiplied here. We've got a few.
That's awesome. That's so great. That's so great. Well, I love to garden and all that stuff. And I've had some physical issues the last few years and haven't really been able to do it as much as I want to.
Yeah.
But I started it last year and it got blasted by the hail, like
Oh,
right out of the spring. Like they were like 1 foot tall. I had peppers and squash and cucumbers, all that good stuff that I
no.
wanted, and it just got blasted by the hail. And so, yeah, whole
Oh,
garden failed. But
that's sad.
yeah, it broke my little heart.
No, I get it. Trust me, I get it. Every time a plant dies, like a little part of me goes with it. So trust me, I understand.
Yep. So my roommate's really good. So we're gonna try and do some inside stuff. Um, this year some mint and stuff like that. The mint is just amazing to have on hand because you dry it out, you can throw it in your tea or whatever. And so, but I love that. Let's see. Um,
Did you need to see a dog? Will that clear your head?
that will clear my head.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Stand by. Give me a little one.
I need to see a puppy.
Okay.
Oh,
So
baby.
the one is Charlie. And she is adorable. She is not the one that ripped her stitches. That one is sitting next to me, so I'll grab her in a second. But hi, give me a second. I'm showing off your sister. Um, but yes, so I'm just obsessed with them. I lost my old man
Oh,
February 13th. Come here, baby. And he was my office mate. He was with me all the time, so it's been really quiet in my office. And Charlie is now my new office manager. So, and then this one, hold on, camera. There we go. This one is Dora because she likes to
Dora.
explore.
Dora the Explorer.
She lives up to her name. This one is a little fuzzy psychopath. Oh, hold on, we're attached. Okay. So yes, those are my two new babies, and I left our existing dog in the house with my husband because that poor boy needs a break. He is being a very good big brother, but he needs a break. He needs some time off from these little crazies.
Yep,
So
I can relate to that. Ginger doesn't like to be picked up, otherwise I'd bring her into the screen. But she's my old roommate's dog, and since he's been in and out of the hospital, he's asked me to take care of her. Well, she's lost about 5 pounds since she's been with me. She was at like 23 pounds, 24 pounds. She's a Chihuahua.
okay,
Um, uh, Probably pug mix. I don't know. She
okay,
had short legs and floppy ears, so there might be some dachshund in there as well. But but I've lost 110 pounds, and so I just put her
wow,
on my diet and my
nice.
walk regimen, and it's working.
I bet.
She's down to 18 pounds now. So
I bet that's awesome.
yeah, so
That's
it's
awesome. My old man that I lost, I got him during COVID, and he I was not planning on getting another dog, but Akasha was 16 at the time and she didn't want to cuddle anymore. And I was like, we're going into quarantine. I couldn't go near my parents because they were immunocompromised. I lived by myself and my dog didn't want to cuddle. And I was like, I'm not going to make it. So the rescue, we were trying to get animals out into foster homes so we could pull from the shelter because people were just dropping their dogs off left and right.
right.
And so I brought this little one home and he made himself at home. He was a Chihuahua Corgi mix. And for the first like 4 months of quarantine, he slept on my desk while I worked.
Oh,
But he was 21 pounds when I got him. And we were taking like 2 to 3 walks a day. And he was 14 pounds the rest of his life. So
wow, that's good. Oh, there she is. She's
there
awake.
she is. She's like, I must be heard.
Ginger, Ginger, Ginger. What are you yelling at? Do you need to go outside? I can let you outside. She's barking at nothing. She's barking at the under my bed. It's like I don't think there's monsters under my bed.
Maybe you should check before you go to sleep, though. Just saying.
Now I will. What the heck? All right. Well, if you're gonna hear her in the background.
I'm actually surprised that my dogs are not reacting to her, considering they went nuts today during Family Feud. When they reveal the answer, like the number of people, and it's like, bring, they
Yeah.
both went crazy. So I'm impressed that they're not reacting.
Well, she's so funny because she's super protective of me, like of the yard, and I can sit out on the front porch without her on a leash, and she'll just go to the sidewalk and neighbor's yard, and that's it.
Yeah.
But yesterday she ran out in the middle of the street after a little girl, and I'm like,
Oh no.
no, get your butt back here. So, but it is summertime, so we're in the backyard now. I have the fortune of spending front and back porch life independent of one another.
Okay.
Ginger, all right, you want to go out? I'll be right back.
Sure, sounds good. Nope.
We've got it kind of a cool setup here with doggy doors. So, because I have 5 roommates, the garage is transferred into an independent uh, apartment, and then we have a breezeway front door to back, goes straight through. You can walk right in the front door into the back, but through the closet, somebody put in the doggy door there, and they built a little like dog house on the outside with another doggy door. So we
Aw,
got the double doggy doors, and all the dogs know how to use it. So I have
the
another dog here also. He's a poodle mix, and yeah, so that's probably what she's reacting to. But yeah, did we get doggy pictures from you at
Yes, you
all?
have a bunch of doggy pictures there. I have been doing nothing but taking pictures since we got them. So
Aw, you guys.
no.
This is my dog language, by the way. You're gonna hear it. I can translate it.
So yeah, Dora is just a sweetheart, and we're guessing terrier or something in there, but she's got uh what's it called? I don't know. Like her back half looks like another dog. So I love dogs that look like they're put together from spare parts. I'll take a tail from that one, ears from that one. Like
You like the mutts?
they're the best. I do. I do. Yep.
Mozzarella.
Less health problems, and it's just anybody's guess what's in this dog. So
So true, though. So true.
yeah,
Emily, you can rotate through.
that's Buddy. That's my
Oh,
existing pup that I've had 2 years now, and he is just beside himself. I've been taking him out on walks by himself. I took him to Petco today and got him a treat. And I take him hiking, but he's like, who are these little monsters and why are they climbing on me and taking my mommy and daddy's lap?
Jabba D's.
So,
Jabba Jabba Jabbas.
so
So cute.
he's a sweetheart. But he's being such a good big brother. I couldn't ask for more. Oh, and that's how much they love each other. And go
Oh,
through their little surgery suits so they don't have to wear the cone of shame. Oh,
that's good.
but
I,
yeah,
w- I haven't had to wear the cone of shame yet.
that's good. That's good. I think as long as you don't try to like chew on yourself, you should be okay.
Well, I don't know about that, but
So they're just the gardener was here, so
aw,
they were,
look at that.
and you can see another one of my
Mhm. How cute. You're like, let me out. Let me
plants.
out.
What is happening on our home?
Mhm.
Yeah, they're just so sweet. Just the cutest. Oh,
Aw,
this is my Charlie.
babies.
I'm obsessed with her paws, and I'm thinking like I don't think they have an Only Paws website like they have OnlyFans, but if they do, I feel like these dogs are gonna have to pull their own weight. So there, I sent a picture of her paws to a friend of mine. I'm like, we're ready. Let's get our own page.
So cute. I I have a side story. It's not appropriate for this show, but about, I I managed to cure cancer on my feet.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
so that's and all naturally. So when you say that, it's only pause, only fans, and then only lands is a show on Rumble that I watch all the time. Only lands, and they came up with it like during the first show because a bunch of people left the channel and started their own thing. And they're like, well, we're just going to have a firecracker night and skim it all off and not talk about anything except what we want to. And we're going to call it OnlyFans
Fair
or
enough.
only lands. So, only
That
lands.
is fair
So,
enough.
yeah. So, yeah, that's just funny you should bring that up. Dude, I'd totally do a dog paw pay for all
Right?
things.
I mean, wouldn't you just pay to see like dogs like cuddling and wrestling? I would pay.
Yes.
I would
Yes.
not mind. A couple bucks a month. Like I'm on board.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
but yeah, they cuddle so much, and I can't even imagine. Like they were rescued off the street. Shout out to Paws Patrol Las Vegas. They're the awesome people that rescued them and brought them to Forgotten Dogs Animal Rescue, which is where I got them. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, they're just so bonded, and I can't even imagine. Like we went to the adoption event to meet Charlie, the black one, and when the foster walked in with both of them, it was like, and we're getting two dogs. Okay, so that was not on purpose. Like, we did not intend to get two dogs at once, but they were just so in love, and
Mhm.
I couldn't even imagine leaving Dora behind. I mean, she knows what she wants and she tells you.
Mm.
She's very demanding. She'll knock the phone out of your hand. She'll knock your glasses off. She's like, "You will pay attention to me now." So I can't even imagine what would happen if we tried to leave them. Yes, my buddy.
Oh, the
Oh,
baby.
my boy. He's such a good boy. I'm obsessed with all of my dogs, like because they're just amazing. Um, but yeah, he walks into a room and like just everybody lights up. He's just got that personality that everyone's in love with him, understandably.
Mm.
So, and that is our
Mom?
photo. So I truly believe that Dora could have been the product of Buddy if obviously she isn't, but they look like they could be related.
Could be.
So our little family now.
Love that shot. That
Boy,
is so cute.
I
I
know.
love I love big nose pictures, man. Big
No.
nose pictures are my favorite.
He just, like I said, he's just amazing. He will just come and love on you and just put his head on your lap when you're eating. Like I don't need any food. I mean, I'll just take love. But if food happens to come my way, well, if it happens, I'll allow it. So
He's polite about it, I guess.
very, he is very polite. Yes, yes. as opposed to these girls who we can't eat on the couch anymore. So we're not used to having puppies. He is 6 years old, and my little man was somewhere around 15 or 16 when he passed. So it's been a long time since I've had a really young dog, and it's definitely an adjustment.
Yeah. They take all kinds of energy when they're young. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So that's us trying to keep them calm and not jumping all over each other and running sprints in the backyard. So it hasn't worked. Charlie figured out she can climb out. So
Cute.
so
Oh, the does.
her first night in bed.
Aww.
That's her first night.
I can
So
barely see her.
no, I know. She's such a cutie. Yeah, she likes to sleep on the pillow, so that's been an adjustment as well. Our bed is quite full at the moment.
I bet.
So
I bet.
oh, I never even noticed some of her paw pads are black and some are pink. That's adorable.
Mm.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm gonna have to chew on those later. So my little cuties.
Aww.
They're just adorable. No, but yeah, that's my official office manager doggy bed. So
It's perfect. Yeah. I used to take Peyton to work with me every day, and he ended up finding out how to push the door open. That's why he got run over by the forklift.
oh no. That'll do it.
Well, it doesn't help that I only have one eye either. So
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I didn't see him come around my blind side.
oh no.
So.
Oh no. And that's our adoption picture. So we went for one dog, we came home with two.
That's so sweet. I love that.
They're it's been very quiet here after we lost my other dog, and it's as insane as they are driving us right now, and as the lack of peace in this house, it's really nice to kind of have that energy back.
Yeah.
So it's been cool.
Yeah.
And I think you might have one more. I think there's yes. That is. He was like, nope,
So
we're not going to talk about that. So yeah, they're very. See, and I'm training her to do this. So if my husband talks about politics, he just goes over and talks about it. So.
I love it.
She's
do not say the T word or the B word.
No. We don't do that. So, but yeah, they're amazing. They have, I like I said, I can't wait until Friday when the staples are gone and they can officially run and just be crazy little puppies and get their energy out, because I'm getting tired of being woken up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So it's
fair enough.
It's an adjustment.
Fair enough. All right. Well, why don't you, Sheryl Green, please tell us where everybody can find your work, and we'll wrap this up, and I'll give our sponsors another go.
Yeah, so check out my website, SherylGreenSpeaks.com. It's Sheryl with an S, and you will find my books on there. You'll find my workshops, and you've got a freebie if you want to learn how to say no.
So good. So good. It's been a real joy, by the way. You're very spunky and energetic, and I love that. We'll definitely have to have you back. But we are again sponsored by debspets.com. That's DEBSPETS.com. And we are hosted by our special, amazing engineer, Emily Gomer. And you can find her work on YouTube at World of Ability, and that's World of Ability. But thank you so much for your time, Cheryl. I really appreciate it, and definitely look forward to our next conversation.
Awesome. Thank you for having me and letting me show off my puppies.
No, thanks for showing off your puppies. We love that's the point of the show. All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Have a blessed night.
You too.